I'm going to give you the option on this page not to follow the directions. You've been learning about slope-intercept form, and if you feel confident enough after our lesson that you can graph the two lines in the top two based exclusively on the slope-intercept form, then you are welcome to. It tells you to draw the tables and find the values. However, this is the ultimate goal. So if you can do it this way and skip that step, then I would definitely encourage it. We will do the bottom two using the slope-intercept method. Number 3, remember, before the x is your slope, and the constant at the end is your y-intercept. -3 is before the x, so I have a slope of -3 over 1. I'm going to write it that way for now because I think it's easier to graph when I think of it that way. My y-intercept is 4. That means that there is a point that crosses the y at 4. So all I need to do is put a dot at the 4 on y. There's my y-intercept, 4. The slope is -3, 1. That means I go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and over 1. You see it's a negative slope. So I got my y-intercept and my slope. Now I can draw the line. Just like that. Number 23. I'll start with my y-intercept. It's 6, so let me go ahead and put my first point right here at the 6. My slope is -1/2. -1/2. So I will go down 1 because it's negative and go over 2. Just like that. See how much simpler this is? Faster, quicker, everything than drawing the tables. And there you have it. You shouldn't have any trouble at all doing the top two. And remember, you have the option to use the tables. This page is easy. I think it's good to get the practice of doing this just for the extra reinforcement, but it's not hard. It's not meant to be hard. And if you have any uncertainties about what exactly the slope is and how exactly to find the slope, this will help you. And either way, it's a pretty quick page to do, so it won't take long. It's nice to have assignments here and there that don't take too long. Identify the slope and y-intercept in each equation. Number 1 and number 2, I think they're pretty obvious. Remember, the slope comes before the x, and the y-intercept is the constant at the end. So the slope is 5, the y-intercept is 2. Number 2, the slope is 1/3, the y-intercept is 6. Down to number 6, you've just got an x. So what would you use for a number? In algebra, what is that number that is just understood? If there's not a number there, then you know it's this one. It's a 1. So the slope is 1. And the y-intercept is also 1. That's cool. Wonder what that line would look like. Number 8. We've got just one thing. Remember, the y-intercept is the constant. What becomes before the x is the slope. This is the coefficient. This 2 comes before the x, so this is the slope. The slope is 2. If there is no y-intercept, it's basically just 0. The y-intercept is 0. What that means is when you're graphing it, The y-intercept is the origin. It's 0. Number 12, the slope is 1/5. Since that's -4, the y-intercept is -4. It retains the value of the sign in front of it. In number 15, we've got -x. Remember, the understood number is 1. The slope is -1. The y-intercept is 2. Number 17. I almost did an extra one for you. Once again, we have just the x. We have no constant. That means the slope is 1/3. And when it doesn't give you a constant, you know it's 0. So the y-intercept is 0. And you can pretty quickly do the rest on your own.